So check this out. See these little tanks right here? There's those. There was another big orange one that was over in the gutter as well. And then there's another one right here in the gutter here. So those are nitrous oxide tanks. So I go on walks down the street sometimes. And obviously I ride my bike past this area. And I have a nitrous oxide addict. They come over here and park. And do nitrous oxide. All right, so yeah, here we are. So it is Taco Tuesday, and we're heading down to the Santiago Creek Trail. This will begin our journey from the city of Orange to Irvine. It's about 43 degrees, so it's super cold. I don't understand, like, I don't remember this last year. I don't remember like this many successive days of cold weather. But maybe I'm just older and more vulnerable. So we're riding on the Wind Horse today, as usual. I actually had the manufacturer leave a comment on one of my videos when I first got this bike. So I was hoping they would contact me about reviewing one of their bikes. But I haven't heard back from them. But we have about almost 2,700 miles on this bike so far since November, since the first week of November, I think around the 7th, 2024. So we're definitely racking up the miles on this as expected. As I talked about in yesterday's video, this folding connection for the handlebars is getting pretty sketchy. So my confidence level in high speed, bumpy roads is waning. What the hell? That's somebody in a black cape. The Count of Santiago. And another e-biker with no lights, no reflective gear. The Count of Santiago. Looks like we have some new graffiti under the bridge here. What do we got here? Quick sprays by Rain. Wiro. I don't know what that means. So we are filming with a DJI Osmo Action 4. Hopefully I'll be able to get the Action 5 someday. I'll probably be able to get the Action 5 when they come out with the Action 6. Always a little bit behind. I usually film in 4K, 30 frames, rock steady, wide view, low light in the mornings because of low light situation. However, yesterday I filmed 60 frames, extra wide view with Rocksteady Plus, which doesn't allow you to use the low light enhancement, which is an improvement they made on the Action 5. Yeah, today, when I filmed in 60 frames yesterday, I liked the way the video looked. The morning video I published on my other channel, so hopefully that doesn't take away from views on this channel. This is going to be the primary channel, but I want to save this footage, which is what I mentioned in the video that I just published this morning from yesterday afternoon. But if you want to check out my other channel, I just started it. It's called OC Commuter 2.0, OC at OC_Explore. I'll try to remember to put links in the comments. I couldn't figure out how to put the link to that channel on this channel, like in the description, channel description. I could, but it wasn't really a link. It was just, you would have to copy and paste it. So we're gonna go off-roading right now. So I'm gonna have to figure out, I'm gonna have to design a safety bracket for this bike, for this. Put my headlamp to work here. So we're right next to the Santiago Creek. People do walk their dogs back down here, so I need to be cautious. So we'll just kind of cruise and take it slow for right now. Go through all the homeless hideouts right here. Lots of rocks. Oh shoot. I knocked my light off. Probably can't see it, but that's my light. So I use a Coast. My light's a Coast. I don't know. I can't remember the exact model number, but it's a great. Oh man, it's a great light. Oh man, it's freezing. Freezing deezing. Put it like that. So it's I don't know why I can't remember the model number. I've been asked many times what type of light I use, and it's like a PHX 30R, 60R or something like that. But if you're curious about my headlamp, hit me up in the comments and I'll put it down. But it's a great light. It fits over my helmet nicely, stays secure as long as you don't hit the back of the strap against the fence, against a fence bar or something like that. So this vehicle parked here is a little strange. So we're gonna go down the creeper lane right here. A little sketchy. There's a bunch of little homeless hideouts right here. This is where the honeycomb hideout is. Yeah, that's a little sketchy. Push this camera back a little bit. Hopefully we're filming. Bunnies, look out, bunnies. Head down here to Hart Park. Just try to add a little variation to the ride. We still have water going through the parking lot. So the Santiago Creek runs through the parking lot of Hart Park. So we'll go through the homeless encampment right now. I usually avoid it in the morning. I usually stay on the right side on the path, but I'm only curious. It used to be pretty populated, but it's not as many people down here as there used to be, as I've mentioned probably on every ride for the past few months. Usually by this time everybody's waking up, and hopefully it's too cold for them to be in any kind of attack mode. So you got a car parked under the bridge right there. There's always something strange going on at this park. I saw somebody try to unalive themselves underneath that bridge on my way home from work. They had ran a garden hose from the exhaust of their car to inside of their car, and they were driving around inside of there trying to gas themselves. So there should be a few tents up still right now. It's pretty muddy right here. But not as many as there used to be. So this is the Badlands. Good morning. I really got a few up right now. So the temptation is to go really fast right now because this is a pretty fun section of the trail. Lots of little bumps and jumps and things like that, but there's even though it's really early, there's a lot of people wandering around down here. This would be the side that most of the homeless people are going to be on. And then joggers and dog walkers and everything would be on the other side. So we had a lot of rain a couple days ago, so there's still some pretty big puddles. Yeah, this is a blast going fast through here. So we're going to be going under the Santiago Street Bridge here in a minute. So this would be kind of a sketchy spot because people meet and do strange things right here. But it looks clear. All right, we survived the Badlands. All right, so now we're to the all too familiar Santiago Street, heading towards 17th Street. Did I mention it's cold? It's cold. Dreamland slowly being lifted. I'm becoming more and more alert. So this is where you transition from like to the next dimension. Basically, when I came out from under that bridge, kind of shifting out of that first strange dimension of the ride. Yeah, it was really strange that day. It was a nice, beautiful, it would have been probably around this time last year, springtime. I think it's going to be springtime on the 20th. And I saw a car, a nice, I mean, not a nice car, but it was a LeBaron. I think like a Chrysler LeBaron, very clean, convertible, which is probably why his plan didn't work, because his drop top was probably allowed too much of the poison gases to escape. But I was getting ready. I was on the Santiago Creek Trail, and I had a view down under that bridge, and this car is, at first it was just parked, and I was like, what is that? And there was a green garden hose coming out of his window into his exhaust pipe. So I stopped and called 911 right away and reported it. And then as I was reporting it, he started driving around and giving it a lot of throttle, just kind of cruising around underneath that bridge. So I was like, man, if this guy stops moving, like, I'm gonna have to go open the door of this car and try to save him. And then, then you're in conflict. You're like, I don't know, if somebody wants to do that, like, I feel like you should save them, because they're probably not in their right mind. But anyway, so I went around where I could be closer, and I was filming. I filmed this whole thing, but I didn't publish it because I didn't feel like, I know it would have got a lot of views. I mean, my channel probably would have blown up. I've been in a few situations like that, but I don't want to, I just don't think that's right to capitalize on somebody else's anguish. I mean, I think if it's done properly, you can, like, I could have published it if I would have, wanted to take the time to do that, but it was kind of a dark experience. But anyway, I went over to the other side, and I just watched and made sure his car kept moving, with the plan of, jumping in there, like I said, if his car stopped. And then it kept moving around and stuff, and then by the time, like, right when he stopped, a few cop cars, those 2 cop cars came down into the park and surrounded him. And then he ultimately ended up coming out of the passenger side, and then I took off. So I mean, the funny thing is, I saw that car down there again the next day, but there was no hose. So I guess I don't know if I saved him or not. But I don't really know which way to go right now. Let's go right here. This is a little sketch alley right here. So the chances of people being in this alley are pretty high. Not today. Last time I came through here, there was a couch or the back seat of a car or something with somebody sleeping right here. It's pretty quiet today. Let's go down Bush Street. I'm gonna hit one more section of alley. We'll come out and see. This is a dead end. Actually, it's not a dead end. You can go left, but we want to go right, so we're going to go this way. We're on Bush Street. This is kind of like a part of a section of a mini red light district. But like everything else, it's settled down over here. Significantly. Pretty quiet. Gosh, I didn't see that bump. So pretty common route now, but at least I added a few new details. I think going through those sections on the Santiago Creek are kind of cool when it's dark. I don't think I've done that before. Well, I have, but I'm not in a long time, so at this point, there's not much I can do that's not going to be repetitive since we're already on this side of town. Just crossing 4th Street. You can see if they have any new artwork up or anything. So let's see. This one looks new. And I don't recall seeing that Buddha or the Frida. I've seen this one. It's kind of cool if you're new to the channel, seeing some of this artwork. I don't go through here all the time, but I wish there was more. That one. Whoa. This guy's yelling. There's this guy down here saying something to me. So these two guys were kind of saying something. What's up, man? Oh, this is new. DTSA, buddy. That's new. All right, what kind of time are we looking at here? My camera died on my way to work yesterday, right at the end of the ride. Pharmacy. So it didn't rain. That's not why it's wet here. They come out with hoses. This is a pretty common thing to see in Santa Ana. People connect their hoses up in front of their businesses and spray off their sidewalks into the street. So you see that all along 4th Street. If you go there, you know, a little bit later than now. And yeah, here they are right here. Actually, they've got somebody pressure washing, so somebody's here with a pressure washer, but for sure the businesses on 4th Street have their own hoses and they do this themselves. Even up on Main Street, you'll see it all the time, but it looks like this place has a little more efficient way to do it with a pressure washer. Spraying all the puke off the sidewalks. Trees are kind of blocking my visibility. So we see a red light now. This should be good. Let's go this way real quick. I want to hit this alley over here. So I went down that alley, I think the other morning. So I want to go down this one. Yeah, if you know going through these alleys, this alley right here specifically in the evening there's a lot of people in this alley usually. Go down one more block. Yeah, I did this recently because I went all the way down here and then I cut over to the bike path. All right, well, 37 minutes. We need to get moving. So we'll head over here to Maple, and for the last half of our ride, we're gonna go a little faster. Gone 7 miles, so the total trip, this route is about 11 and a half. So we were going pretty slow, so we should be able to make it before my battery dies on my camera. So there's stop signs on some of these streets, and then some of them are yields. So I have to be careful. Like here. People will fly through here. So this is probably the graffiti task force right here. Yeah, graffiti task force. It is freezing. Asistencia. Probably got another 15 minutes of camera left, I would say. My camera's facing up pretty high. Shoot. That's not good. Hopefully that didn't mess up the video. It's got a pretty wide, I'm in a ultra wide view, so hopefully I didn't ruin my video. We'll go down a little bit. Let's see. That sucks. Hopefully I didn't ruin my video. Ooh, it's cold. Ah, man, I'm really worried now about this footage. I think like going through those areas on the Santiago Creek with my camera facing up too high might not have been a good capture. It's better in those sections. It's much better to have it viewed like this. So this would be like better for going through the creek, and then if it's facing up higher when I'm in like more open areas like this, then you can see the sky and it's better, but we'll find out. Man, that sucks. Morning. So it might be a little muddy right here. All right, so yeah, my commentary slowed down. Sorry, it's when it gets cold. Sometimes I was kind of just talking to myself there. I'll get this dried up. This is a mud hole right here. I'm really bummed out about that camera angle. Hopefully it's good. I guess I should hit the button. So it's kind of interesting that they have these they installed these emergency assistance poles here all along this path. I guess we can go. Let's go. All right. Yeehaw. Yeah, I guess not every video's got to be full of me talking incessantly. You know, it's not just about that. But I think that's part of it. You know, I need to be able to, you know, at least talk a little bit, so, you know, in case somebody's watched a lot of my videos, it doesn't make it so repetitive or whatever. But here we are. Here we is. Go on the sidewalk, switch it up a little bit. Mind is blank, blankety blank blank. Beautiful though. It's cold, but this has been a really enjoyable ride so far. So far, so good. Getting in that zone. This guy's got some stuff dangling off his pants here. Got a dog walker, so we're gonna have to go off into the street here. Graffiti Task Force. Same company as the guy on the Pacific Electric Trail, GPC. $50 minutes. So we might make it the whole ride. Taking off. I'm starting to think of breakfast. I probably won't eat breakfast, but what sounds good right now is eggs, a couple of fried eggs, some hash browns. See how much battery is left. So my phone died, or my camera died yesterday on coming down the 11%. My camera died going down the hill to turn onto Michelson. It's gonna be close. So that video, like I said, that video is on my other channel. So if you want to watch Monday morning's video, check out OC Commuter 2.0 or go to at OC_explore. I'll try to remember to put the link in the video I published this morning. So we'll get so probably next week I'll do some Metrolink rides, and I'm working on some trying to figure out some other routes, so stick with me. You know, my work life has been a little bit busy, and yeah, so it's sometimes I've been through a long phase of just kind of routine on these rides, because it's just the way life is. I mean, it's just me commuting, so. But getting some new routes, I think, is imperative. So, you know, it's all going to end up, you know, it'll just have to happen at the beginning of the rides. And then obviously I'm going to the same places every day, so it's hard to do some variety. But I think if we you know, just if I give myself that time slot where I can, you know, change, like just add a few more, probably like 3 or 4 miles to the route, I can get out a little further, which I've been talking about for a long time, but it just adds a lot of time. So when I add a lot of time, you know, I get home too late, you know, to be with my family, or I get to work too late. So I have to really, what it comes down to is getting to bed early, and then waking up early enough to and getting ready for work fast enough to where I can divert further. So I'm thinking about a route where I go all the way down Chapman. I go past the 57 to the City Drive, which is way the hell out there. And then when you go on City Drive, it takes you by this place called The Block. And then if you stay on City Drive and take that all the way to Memory Lane, and then from Memory Lane I can start heading east, and then I end up on Flower Street, and then it's a pretty straight shot. So that's probably, you know, changing a 11 and a half, 12 mile route to like a 15 mile route. But I think as long as I can get it, keep it under that hour, or keep it right at an hour, it's still going to be usable. And then another route, which I might do today, well, no, I can't because I have something to do after work today, but is going further out to Jamboree. So if I go out to Jamboree, let me think. So on the way to work, I could go out to Jamboree, and then when I get after the 5 freeway, Jamboree turns into a freeway itself. So you have to, what I have to do is ride on Jamboree and then get across the 5 freeway, and then I cut into an industrial area. And then from there, I can actually end up at the backside of Metrolink. There's a little